Is your brand new Jeep important to you? Do you want to make sure you get home at the end of a wheeling trip without damaging vital components? Well, we've got the solution for you. Hello, yo, this is the Artec Industries BellyPan. This one we've got up here is aluminum. Now that's extra slick, don't you forget it. All right, so first off, we're gonna talk about what's on the Jeep. It's a weak, thin factory skid plate, and it's steel. Now, when you get our BellyPan system, you take off a lot of that BellyPan that's on there, and it only adds 10 pounds. And this is because this is aluminum, and it's gonna give you way more coverage than you get out of the factory skid, and it's a lot heavier duty, so it gets you home at the end of the day. All right, so we offer this in two variants. There's a steel version and an aluminum version. The aluminum one has a lot of advantages. First off, it's way lighter. Second, you don't have to paint it. You don't have to powder coat it. It's not gonna rust like you would with the steel version. 3, it's also really shiny and pretty. Also, 4, when you get it and you hit a rock, it'll actually give and then pop back into form. Steel will just crumple and stay. One of the key advantages to our BellyPan versus the factory one is that you actually gain better clearance on the gas tank skid. The factory one actually hangs down about 3/4 of an inch this way towards the ground, so you actually lose ground clearance. But when you get ours, you get more because it pushes it up higher. This thing is really heavy duty. It's made out of 1/4 inch aluminum or 3/16 steel if you get the steel version. And then the steel brackets that support it are 3/16 inch zinc plated. Now, we've partnered with Jeep to get the files for this vehicle so that we can actually get the most precise product available. We've cut this in-house with our CNC laser and formed it with custom dies to make sure that it has the best look, is the strongest, and has a very clean, precise fit. The entire surface of the bottom of our BellyPan is totally smooth, and that's because we use countersunk bolts to make sure that it's ultra flattened, which means you're not getting hung up on rocks. On all the steel brackets that you need to bolt this thing together, we've used press nuts on the backside, so all you have to do is just use one tool to crank those bolts in. When you're installing this Artec BellyPan, you don't have to drop the gas tank because we provided support brackets to hold the gas tank up for you. And because design is so important, we've ensured that it clears everything from your drive shaft to your exhaust to make sure that you have a great fit. Now, you guys typically know us for DIY parts, and that means you got to do some modifications. Well, not with this thing. There are no rib nuts on this installation, and you have only one hole to drill. So there's basically no vehicle modifications necessary. These are the vital organs of your Jeep. We busted them, and we know how expensive they are to replace. So this is great insurance to keep you from having to replace those expensive components.